Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna have a World Cup 2026 predictions. I said I was gonna do it, and I'm finally doing it. And today I do have my co-host Wes One. Yo, yo, we always run through these problems, bro. I don't even. Can you hear me? Yo, yo, you're muted. I think. All right, guys, we're gonna have little technical difficulties. I want to do this ASAP, but we always have some problems. What about now? Can you hear me? Yo, yo, yeah. So he's gonna try to redo it again. I think he just had some problems. But like I said before, I'm excited to bring you guys this content. I've been wanting to do it, and I will be posting some on my TikTok and some clips on it as well. Um, but I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Yo, 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 can you hear me?
Yo, yo, what's good?
All right, now we're back. We always got technical difficulties, dude. Every time we can't get it right. We gotta get this shit right next time. Hey, but are you excited for the World Cup?
Of course, dude. Like it's time. It's that time of year. Every 4 years, we want to get this excitement, this hype, this love for the game, and I'm just glad we get to express this. As friends, family, whatever. And it's just that time of it's that time of year. It's that summer. Last time it was in the winter. We're gonna forget about that. That wasn't it. We all know it. But the football's gonna carry on, and we're gonna spread the joy.
And one of my things that I love about the World Cup is that every 4 years you're at different stage of your life. You know, every 4 years you're literally at a different
Facts.
stage of your life. Like you look back 4 years ago, you're like, damn, that was crazy. You know, and
Yeah.
then now you're at a new position, and then next 4 years you're gonna be at a new position. But obviously now there's 48 teams, right?
48 teams, yeah, they increased it.
Yeah, and it's a new format. So I mean, hey, FIFA, you know how greedy they are with the money. But let's talk about some football because we got plenty of football to talk about. And like I said before, U.S., Mexico, Canada is hosting the World Cup, and I'm happy. Mexico's the first nation to host three World Cups, where Maradona and Pele got to lift the trophy there as
History.
well. History in the making. Let's see who can lift the World Cup in 2026. So we do
What
have the group stages. Anything else you want to say before we start?
I was gonna say, well, I guess we'll just get started with the group stages, right? And
Yeah, but before, because we had a little misunderstanding and we had a technical difficulty. Um, tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit where we can find you.
as of now, you can only find me on TikTok. It's the West One underscore. That's
All
my
right,
at.
there you guys go. If you want to see more content from West One, you know where to hit that follow button, and also hopefully he starts a YouTube channel so you can hit the subscribe button as well. All right, so let's start off with the biggest group stage, the first group stage, Group A. For us, I think it's the biggest one because we're Mexican fans, and we're Mexican. I
That's
think
right.
yeah. So we got Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. Who do you want to start off with?
I mean, we can go ahead and I got a little bit of info on South Korea. I feel like, yeah, they're not the strongest team, but you shouldn't count them out, especially with a group that's this balanced. I don't think anyone outweighs the other except for maybe South Africa. But South Korea has a few good players: Kim and Jae, Hwang Hee Chan, and Sun. Obviously, Sun's like their star player, but they got a few decent players. They got an okay squad. So I wouldn't count them out of this group stage. I feel like they're definitely gonna go through at least what do you call it? First or second place in their group.
For me, honestly, for me, Heung-min Sung hasn't been good in MLS, and I think he's been lacking that finishing ability. But hey, I think we're gonna talk about the group stage a little bit later and what placement we're gonna put them in. But talking about South Africa, there's not much to talk about South Africa besides their decline. But surprisingly enough, they did make it to the 2026 World Cup with an impressive campaign to qualify. But like again, man, in 2010, who did they face off in the home opener?
It was Mexico.
Yeah, and now we're gonna have the
So
repeat.
repeat.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
2026, a team that brings full energy, man. Who just when you hear the trumpets, you remember of 2010 South Africa. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That environment is gonna be insane. That stick out. So I'm kind of glad we get to face them again. And hey, man, but we're hoping we get the 3 points.
That's right. And also the dancing from the South Africans, the celebrations, all that, all the vibes.
There you go. Then we do have Czech Republic. You want to say something about Czech Republic before we start with the big Mexico?
Yeah. An interesting fact, apparently they finished second place twice in the past in 1934 and 1962. Besides their history, though, they do have some key players. Thomas Suchek from West Ham and Pavel Suk, I think that's how you say his name, from
Yeah,
Lyon. So Lyon, obviously, it's not like a second division team. I think they finished third place in Ligue 1, along with Endrick and a lot of other players. So he played in a pretty decent squad. And then you also have Patrick Schick from Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. So they also have, some good players, but I feel like they're a little bit on the weaker side, especially because they barely made it into the World Cup through playoffs. And yes, they do have tougher competition as they're playing in Europe, but I feel like South Korea and Mexico have better squads than Czech Republic.
I can definitely agree. And I think Czech Republic, the team that barely made it to the World Cup as well, they
Yeah.
scraped their way into the World Cup. But the only thing that matters is, man, they're here. But
Yeah.
we do want to talk about one of the main nations hosting the World Cup, and it is Mexico. And a lot of us have never seen past the fifth game. The question is, can we pass the fifth game? That's the question, man. And in my opinion, with everything that we're seeing right now, the team's coming in the best form they've ever been going into the World Cup. They don't have star players, but they have a group, man. They have a team. They have a coach that gave them back that, you know, that like I guess you wouldn't say Aztec, but you would say like that kind of like the warrior type of vibe this Mexican team has. Like they don't give up and they fight 100% all the time. They fight for one another. Um, but a key fact about Mexico is that when they play at home in Mexico, there's nobody beating them. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna get right to the Group A. So first, tell me who you think is. Tell me your group stage actually. Tell me how you have it.
My prediction, and there might be some bias, but I think Mexico is finishing first place. And also, not just because of the bias, but also because they're playing at home. And because even if they make it past the group stage, I think there's still a chance they play at home even outside of the group stage. So they're going to be playing a good amount of games at home in Mexico. So that's going to be an advantage for them with the fans and especially playing at the Azteca. As we all know, it's going to be at a higher elevation, the stadium. So that's definitely going to be in their favor. And then in second place, I have South Korea, and then third place Czech Republic, and fourth place South Africa.
So let's get it out the way, man. I think we all have South Africa finishing fourth, right?
Yeah,
Um, it's unfortunate. I hate to say it, but you guys haven't been in the best of form, and I'm pretty sure the South African fans know that. And I think they're just happy they got into the group, and they got into a group that can give them potential life. But I do see them finishing fourth, so we will do South Africa finishing fourth. But like how you said it, a little biased, and maybe it's just the expectation, man. The expectation is what gets to me. But I do have Mexico finishing first. I think
yeah,
a good way to put it is you're right. It's the elevation. It's the way they're playing at the home field advantage, etc. They have everything to not win this group stage.
and then
But go ahead, go ahead.
sorry, just looking at the history too with Mexico, their best finishes in the World Cup, which are the quarterfinals, they both have been in Mexico. So
Exactly.
I guess history does tell us that Mexico just does perform better at home.
Hey, history doesn't lie. History don't lie. And then for
That's
second
right.
place, for me, you said you had who'd you have second place?
South Korea.
South Korea. And honestly, look, South Korea hasn't been good as well. And I think I don't know, man. South Korea, Czech Republic. You're right. I'm gonna go with South Korea. I think they have a higher ceiling. Czech Republic, I mean, they have a great forward man named Sheik, and I think he scored goals in this group. He'll probably score like maybe 2 goals in the group. But hey,
Yeah,
I think Korea overall is better, has a better side. So we're gonna
I
go with
think so
Korea.
too.
We're gonna finish with third place, Czech Republic, and then we have South Africa finishing fourth. So that's Group A, and now we're heading into Group B, where we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. Um, and again, Canada being a host nation, last 4 years, no, 4 years ago, they didn't win any World Cup match in the 2022 World Cup,
Yeah, poor
and it's
performance.
crazy. Yeah, poor performance by the Canadians. You want to give us a little bit more details about what Canada can bring to the table, and maybe some key facts about the Canadian team that we didn't know.
I just feel like this time around we shouldn't count out the Canadians. I feel like they have a lot of pride in their country, and I feel like they really want to show up for their country, especially at home. They're gonna be playing in Toronto, I believe, and the BC Stadium. So they're definitely gonna want to show up. They're definitely gonna want to show the world that they don't just play hockey. They play soccer, they play football, and that they're good at it. And we can see that with their talent. They got Davies, Jonathan David. Um, I know maybe all these other players may not be in form, but they still have the talent and they still have the players that can show up like Schaffelberg, Crepu, Buchanan, Johnston, Bombito, and I don't know if I'm missing any other players, but this team and especially because yes, the World Cup was 4 years ago, but 2 years ago we had the Copa America here in the U.S. and Canada showed up. Canada showed um, a lot of grit and a lot of what do you call it? Just a lot of belief in themselves, and they showed up against big teams and they performed well. So I would expect the same from them again at this World Cup at home, playing at Canada especially, and games in the U.S. So
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna show up this tournament.
I think people are overseeing Canada, but the Copa America finished. They finished higher than any CONCACAF team, and I think that's
Yeah.
impressive for them. But they're going to be under pressure because it's the first time hosting a World Cup, and I think that they might fold under pressure just because they're new to the scene. And some of these teams that got in their group, man, hey, some of these teams can really, really give them a hard time. But we do have a team that's consistently in the World Cup, not consistently, but last time I seen them was 2014, I think, and that's Bosnia. They have a
Hmm.
legendary striker, man, Edin Dzeko. You cannot forget that man when you talk about Bosnia. And the only thing I see in the issue with Bosnia is that he's not fit, but they do got two impressive wingers that are young, coming up the ranks. They can definitely leave a little statement in this group. Will it be enough? I don't know, but we do have Bosnia with Edin Dzeko, and hopefully he can stay fit so he can. We want every team to finish, to every team to have the most competitive team they can have. You know, because
Yeah.
that's what the World Cup is. Going head to head, and the best team come out the group stage.
Yeah. And I guess we can go into Switzerland.
Yeah,
I mean, Switzerland, I feel like on paper, you would expect Switzerland to be the best team out of this group. They got Kobel, Akanji, Granit Xhaka, what's his name? Ricardo Rodriguez. They got some good players with experience that play at a high level. So I feel like they're expected to do well in this group and to finish high. And I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone for believing that because they do have the talent for that.
yeah, and they do have players like Luka. Oh, I was about to say Luka Bakio from Belgium. I don't know why, but they do have a player like Vargas. You forgot, and their wingers, man, are super super pacey, especially with Mbolo on top, big
Yeah,
body.
him
You know,
too.
and they score goals for fun. But Switzerland, a lot of people like if you see my TikToks, man, I said this is the underrated team. It's gonna be a dark horse in my opinion. So we'll see where we put them at right now. But let's talk about Qatar, bro. They hosted the 2022 World Cup. People always say the most controversial World Cup. The World Cup was given to Argentina. Blah blah. This and that. But Qatar ever since, man, has been in the fall, and surprisingly they made the World Cup. But this team has championship mentality because they won the AFC in 2019 and
That's
2023.
right.
You know, um, but do they have enough in this group, man? And I don't think they will. So I do see them. I'm just gonna say it now, man. I do see them finishing fourth. I don't see them ahead of Bosnia, nor Switzerland, nor Canada.
Yeah,
But
I agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna start with my prediction with Group B, and then we'll go with you, and then we'll discuss how we want to finish it off. All right. So
Okay.
we do have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland. Let's start off, man. Honestly, as much as I want to say Canada can finish top of the group, I'm gonna go with Switzerland because historically they've proven us that they can always come out the group stage, and they've always been impressive in the World Cup when nobody expected them to. They always have they always beat a team and they make it an upset, or they get a draw, which is an upset for a big team, and they can definitely top the group. And then I do have Canada finishing second, and then obviously we have Bosnia finishing third, and we have Qatar finishing fourth. Um, you want to say your group? Just give us a little heads up what you think. Maybe you want to switch anything around. You want to discuss this group?
Mine is slightly different. I have Canada finishing first, just for the sake of home advantage. And honestly, I just feel like they're gonna really feel the will and the desire to just finish high and do the best for their country, especially since they're playing in Canada. I feel like that's really going to motivate them. I don't think they're going to fold under pressure. I don't think they're a team that would do that, especially because of the Copa America. Because I feel like they've already experienced. The team itself has had experiences, a poor performance at the 2024 World Cup, and then
2022.
2022.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no, you're
my
good.
bad. 2022 World Cup, and then the 2024 Copa America, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like they've earned. I mean, they've gained a lot of experience over the years, and I feel like they're gonna come into this tournament with that experience and with now desire to actually take on these teams and perform well at the World Cup, and that's why I think they'll finish first.
All right. And who do you got after that?
After that, I do have Switzerland. They have a good team. I think Bosnia finishes third and Qatar finishes fourth. Those two, I don't think they have what it takes to compete against Canada and Switzerland to
Yeah.
finish higher than them at least.
Yeah. I think I think we do see Bosnia finishing third. And I think Qatar's here to get a spank, man. Qatar's here to literally get beat down.
Yeah,
But hey, Canada's a good point. I like how you said the home advantage, but for me, the main thing is they haven't won a game in the World Cup. And I think that might put them a little bit extra pressure than what they already have because they're hosting the World Cup. And Switzerland, like I said before, they have the history, they have the talent, they have the coaching staff, they have a good team all around, and they score goals for fun. But either or, however you want to see it, um, for what do you say we should do then for first? Because first it could either be Canada or Switzerland. It really just depends on how the games go. But
yeah.
you know
I
what?
mean, I'm
We'll give
okay
it.
with putting
Go ahead.
Switzerland first, just because it's expected, you know. But I personally believe Canada will finish first. But
Okay.
Switzerland is the expected. It's the favorite to win this group, I think.
Okay. So
Right?
for Group B, we're gonna finish it off with Switzerland first, Canada second, Bosnia third, and Qatar fourth. And now we're gonna bring you guys to Group C, where we have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. What a group, man! Shout out to Haiti, bro. The first time qualifying the World Cup since 1974.
Big step.
1974, yeah, and it's it's special for them to be here. And unfortunately for them, they got one of the hardest groups to be in, with the likes of Brazil and Morocco, and also the likes of Scotland. But hey, they're here, and they're just glad to be here, and hopefully they can celebrate by scoring a goal. And I think that's
Yeah.
the most you can really expect from IT, if I'm being honest, in this group.
Yeah, that would be great for the fans to see. I
Yeah.
mean, I can go ahead and get started. Talk a little bit about Morocco. I feel like Morocco. Um, I'm not sure what people are thinking of this team right now, but a lot of people are aware that Morocco is up there as one of the best teams in the World Cup. I'm not sure if they're elite, but they're one of the best teams at the World Cup, and they can definitely give Brazil some trouble. We've seen them reach the semifinals at the last World Cup. Um, I believe they're finalists in the African. Um, I'm not sure what the tournament is called specifically or officially, but the African Cup of Nations, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say they're finalists. I don't know what happened. I think Senegal won it, and then they got overturned, and bunch of drama there. But we're not gonna get into that. Um, but they were finalists for that tournament, so they got a strong squad. They got Hakimi, Bonu, Brahim Diaz. They got other players that can support their team, like Amrabat, which had a good performance at the last World Cup, and Masarawi. I don't know if anyone will rate him that much, but he's still a solid player that can play his part in this team and take him to the next level. Well, not him specifically, but like as a whole,
Yeah.
So I feel like they really do have a strong team, and I hope no one's like thinking they're like a mediocre squad compared to like maybe like Scotland. Respectfully,
Yeah.
Morocco is way better than Scotland.
See, that's just some hate of Scotland, but just like that, you
Scotland,
know.
I'm not trying to hate on Scotland, but like I feel like Morocco is way better than Scotland.
Well,
Is way
yeah,
better than a lot of the teams, like most of the teams in the tournament.
I think in the past 5 years, Morocco has showed the world who they are, the talent they have, and with their impressive run in 2022, Moroccan fans are expecting the same thing. They expect big results this World Cup. Can they
Yeah,
get it? That's the big question because if you do it once, can you do it the second time? And that's the hardest thing to do. But like we're talking about Morocco, man, we're gonna get into the only nation to ever host, no, to ever be in every World Cup is Brazil. Brazil, man, they have the talent up front. They have the center backs with Gabriel. They have who else do they have? The only thing I think about,
the
um,
other guy,
oh,
uh,
Militao, and then I don't know if he's hurt actually.
Marquinhos.
Marquinhos, there you go. That's what I missed. The left backs and the right backs are the only issue I really see with Brazil. But the midfield is absolutely it's I would say
Sad.
stacked compared to the midfield in some of these teams in the group. And there's the wingers, man. And I think the only thing they're missing is a striker. And oh, my cat's right here. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing is missing is a striker, but I think Brazil can still survive past that. Look at this guy. He's running around my desk.
Wild.
I know. Um, but yeah, kind of caught me off guard right there. But yeah, we do have Brazil. You want to give us a little bit more about Scotland?
Well, I know I kind of this Scotland a little by comparing them to Morocco, but I just feel like Morocco is a way better team. But if we're gonna talk about Scotland, Scotland has holds its own. They have Andy Robertson, which has kind of, I don't know if he's been at that level that we've seen in the past, but he still has experience, and Johnny McGinn as well. Another bit of experience there. Solid players that can show up for Scotland, put in a solid performance, and then most importantly, their best player, Scott McTominay. And they also have a few other okay players, a couple other okay players, Shea Adams, Hurst. So they have an okay squad. Um, let's say the Scotland team ends up performing and actually surprising the world. They can maybe develop into a little bit of a dark horse. A little bit of a dark horse, not like
That's kind of a crazy take. I'm not gonna
that's a
lie.
crazy take, I know,
That's like see Scotland getting a dark horse
come
shot, man.
on,
It's crazy.
come on. Let me say like Scott McTominay, imagine him carrying the Scotland team through to
Well, look,
the knockout stage and then
well, good.
actually like performing against bigger teams, bigger nations. That would be impressive.
But
And
look,
that
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest, bro. I am gonna watch the games, and I obviously am watch every game. But I'm saying like I think Scotland they can get a result, man. They can get a result out of one of these
Yeah.
two big teams, I think. And hey, if it's a draw, you take it as a Scotland fan and you try to get second place. But we do have IT finishing fourth, so there's still a chance for Scotland to get out the group. There's still a chance for them. Um, and that's Group C, man. I did misinformation about Brazil because my cat went on top of the table, but I do want to say they do have a player, they do have a coach like Carlo Ancelotti, who's a player coach who gives the confidence to the players, who puts belief in the players, and having the likes of Neymar Jr., having the likes of Marquinhos, having the likes of just these older players like Casemiro who've already experienced World Cups to these younger players, man, who maybe the second time going again to World Cup to just give them more, give them like I guess just hand over them the experience, teach them this how you do it. You go game by game instead of going outside and going put your eggs in one basket and doing it all at once because the World Cup is game by game. But that is Group C. I'll start off. You want to start off? Want me to start off with the predictions?
I'll start off this time. I'm gonna just say that Haiti fourth place.
Okay, we do. That's what this is. Yeah, we do have Haiti. No hate to Haiti. Just unfortunately, has got into this group.
Yeah, Haiti's gonna get fourth place. Their last World Cup, 1974 in West Germany. Little fun fact, but I feel like they're really gonna be out here. I mean, they got Premier League players. I feel like I forgot his name. Bellegarde or something like that
Yeah,
from Wolverhampton, and then they have a striker. I think it's Sunderland. I
Sunderland.
don't think they're
It is
Premier
Sunderland.
League
Yeah, it's
right
Sunderland.
now, but
It's Sunderland. No, they are
I
Prem. I
forgot
think
his name.
they are
Oh, they're
Prem.
Premier League.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know if they got relegated though. I'm not really too sure,
I
but
don't
they were
remember.
Prem. They were Prem.
Yeah, I forgot the striker's name, but they got okay players, and maybe they'll show up, but I'm really expecting them to really just be there to hand out points
Yeah.
to the bigger nations, bigger teams that have more depth than they do, more squad depth. But in third place I do have Scotland, and first and second place is really a toss up between Brazil and Morocco. It just depends on who shows up when they play each other.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
did put I initially put Brazil for first place, but I think I'm gonna do Morocco first place. Morocco, I feel, wins this group. They won their group in 2022 against a tough group back then. I forgot who was in their group, but they won their group the last World Cup, and I expect them to do the same with an easier group. With only Brazil standing in their way, I feel like they can get through this group and win it, and then Brazil finishing second, especially because Brazil has had moments where they're inconsistent and they don't show up. And yeah, I just feel like Morocco is a more well-rounded team, and they can actually beat Brazil and beat Haiti, beat Scotland, potentially just win the group with 3 wins.
I honestly like as much as I want to say Brazil are inconsistent, which I mean they are, but their firepower at the striker position is kind of crazy, man. You bring in Rafinha, you bring in Vinicius Jr., Igor Thiago. You still have that guy who's killing in the Premier League. What's his name again? He's a Brazilian winger on the right. Um, damn, I forgot his name.
Oh, I
He-
forgot his name too. He
yeah, but
plays for Bournemouth, right?
yeah, there you go, there you go, yeah, there you go. And then also you do have Luis Enrique. Then you do have in the midfield Bruno Guimaraes. You have Casemiro. You still have Marquinhos, bro. You have all these talented players, and then aside from that, man, you got Neymar Jr. in the bench just sitting there waiting to get his turn. And it's not the Neymar that we've seen in 2018, 2022, 2014, but there's a Neymar man who's here to help Brazil get to the furthest they can. So I do got Brazil finishing first because when it comes to 1v1 against Morocco, I think Brazil will get ahead of them because Morocco's defense is a little issue to me, and they don't have the best defense nor the most solid, but just the firepower that Brazil have and they carry is gonna be so too much for Morocco. So I do got Brazil finishing first. I do got Morocco second. I do got Scotland third. I do got Haiti fourth. I think Morocco and Brazil are kind of the same level, and then you have Haiti and Scotland, which are two different levels. And Obviously, the Scottish team is a little bit better than is much better than like the team. So that's why we have this group like that. So our final decision, man. Brazil, Morocco finishing first in a head-to-head. Who do you think will win?
I still think Morocco wins. I feel like you're counting out. Like I feel like they do have a solid defense. They have Hakimi, they have Masraoui, and then they have Bonu in goal. I don't think that's a defense that you can just easily break through. I can't name their center backs off the top of my head, but
Chad Riyad.
I
Some guy named Chad
Chad
Riyad.
Rhea. See,
I think for
that's
Barca.
not bad.
He was playing for I dude, but you're gonna go against the likes of Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Igor
That's true.
Thiago. Like you're realizing that
But
the
you have
fullback for
Hakimi.
Morocco.
My
Yeah,
Hakimi can back up though,
but that's only
and then
one
they
player
have.
though.
I feel like they'll also have their midfield assisting their defense.
And then you're talking about Ancelotti, man, who had one of the best relationship with Vinicius Jr., who gave him an almost a Ballon d'Or season. Vinny under Ancelotti is gonna impress
Well,
people, man.
we're still waiting on Vinny's response. He said that I'm not sure what year he was talking about,
He
but
got 10 times
he
harder.
said he said at some point he was gonna go 10 times harder. We're still waiting for that year. I'm not sure when that's gonna happen, but it's been 2 years and no trophies, and that
So
doesn't
look,
get you Ballon d'Or results. I'm just saying results. I'm just saying.
honestly, dude, I'm gonna go with okay. Okay, we're gonna go with Brazil, Morocco. You can do either way. If you're watching this, man, let us know down below what do you think of the group stages so far. But we do have Morocco and Brazil and Haiti and Scotland. You know what? We're gonna go with an upset, man. We're gonna go with Morocco finishing first because they have been the better team. And then we're gonna go
Yeah,
Brazil second. Then we're gonna go with Scotland third. And to my D fans, they're gonna finish fourth. And like that, that's Group C with Morocco, Brazil, Scotland, Haiti. Now we're gonna move on to Group D, where we have another nation hosting the World Cup, United States of America. The last time they hosted the World Cup was 1994. Um, and right,
yeah,
1994, yeah.
yeah.
And then obviously they are a team that under Pochettino have looked very shaky at times, and their defensive issues are still there. They have an amazing front three. I think not one of I think the best in CONCACAF, if not the best team in CONCACAF. Um, but a team that has a lot to prove, man, and a lot of people are going to be watching them, and they have to make, for my opinion, as being American and being Mexican, they have to do an impressive run because this is the stage they get, man. They're hosting it, and they're gonna play in front of all their fans, and they got to show the world what football's about. So big pressure for USA, and then with the likes of Paraguay being in the group and Australia and Turkey, man, this is literally a group that anybody can come out of, and anybody's there to lose it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I can talk a little bit about Australia. Australia, they don't really have much to them. They got Matt Ryan in goal. They got this young player, Mohamed Toure. He played for Norwich this season. I think he just transferred there this year, and he had some impressive stats. 11 games, 9 goals, and 3 assists, and 7 of those games were he started. He joined in February. He's only 22. So they have, I guess, a little bit of talent, but it's not Australia with Tim Cahill in 2014. It's not the Australia we remember. I think they had a decent performance last World Cup,
They
but
did. They had a really good performance
yeah,
last World Cup, unexpectedly as well.
yeah,
They played against Argentina. Remember that?
yeah, they did
And they had a good performance against them too.
exactly. I think that was the round of 16, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
So I guess we can't really count them out, despite us not really having too much knowledge of who their players are. I mean, they're not, they don't have like a bunch of active players in like the Prem or
Or the
La
top five leagues.
Liga. Yeah, top 5 leagues.
Yeah, but I think
So
Australia
I
always
guess we'll
put a
just
show,
see.
man. They always put a
They
show
do.
though. They always put a show on. And then, like I said, I think with this
They
group,
got
man,
heart.
yeah, exactly. And I think with this, I think a lot of Australian fans are gonna look for that. They're gonna look for their team at least putting an effort to get the 3 points. Um,
Hmm.
and in my opinion, Australia is a team that can just surprisingly get up there, man, and finish second. second or third, you know. But I think in this group, man, it matters day by day, game by game. You need to win your games in front of you before you even look at the table. Because if you don't, you're not gonna know where you're gonna be at. And if you keep looking at the table and you keep like thinking about it too much, you're gonna fall down and finish fourth, and you're not even gonna qualify. Um, but we're gonna get straight into it because we did have Paraguay still and Turkey to talk about. So I'm gonna talk about Paraguay. Paraguay had just had the craziest send off before they went to the World Cup, and unfortunately they had an injury with their best player and Ciso. Sucks to see it. He was excited. The whole Paraguayan fans were excited, but that doesn't stop them, bro. They have one of the best defenses in the whole South America, and honestly, like they were able to reach the quarterfinals in the 2010 World Cup. It's a team who knows how to play in the cups, man. Who knows how to challenge,
Yeah.
give bigger teams a challenge. They put a fight in. They still have their goal scorer Sanabria. They still have Almiron, who's maybe not the best form, but for the Paraguay team, I think he gives it his all. But that's Paraguay for you, bro. A team who fights for every game and who's there to leave it in the stadium and win, like in 2010.
Yeah, it's what you expect from a South American team, really. They're always willing to show up, give their all, and that sort of thing.
But like I
Um,
said before, Paraguay, whoever finishes second, man, we're gonna talk about later. But we do have Turkey, and I think Turkey is a team that has so much quality, but underperforming.
yeah, I mean they got Guler, Yildiz from Juve, Çalhanoğlu or whatever. I agree say the name. My bad. Sorry, bro. Messed up your name. Playing for Inter, and their defenders, some experience, I guess you can say. Serie A, and also Premier League with Soyuncu and Demiral. They don't have a bad team, but uh, yeah, I feel like they can do well in this tournament, but they need to perform. They need to perform and actually get results. Because these
Yeah,
other guys, Paraguay, Australia, they're gonna try to win against you, and if you don't perform, they're gonna capitalize on that.
exactly. So this I think this group is actually like a group you can just honestly I don't really know how to predict it. And I do want to say, you know what? Let's do this group together because I really can't predict this group. It's gonna be hard, but I think due to the talent, due to the circumstances, and just catching a team kind of off guard, man. I think we're gonna have Turkey finishing first.
I have them fourth.
You have Turkey finishing fourth
Yeah,
ahead of Australia. I mean, after Australia,
yeah.
that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's absolutely
I just
insane.
think I just think the other teams have more chemistry and more desire to win than them.
Nah, I think you got it wrong, bro. I think this one you missed it. I don't think Turkey's finishing fourth. I don't think they're getting grouped. That's a
I feel
crazy
like they
take.
would.
That's actually a really, really crazy take.
I just feel like these other teams have more like more of that dog in them, more heart,
More
and I feel like
fight.
they're just gonna more fight. Yeah, look at Paraguay, look at Australia,
I
USA at
don't know,
home.
bro. I don't
I
know.
think Turkey's gonna come here. They're gonna be a little lost. I don't think the like. Let's talk about conditions. I don't think the heat's gonna affect the Australians. I don't think it's gonna affect the Paraguayans,
This is literally
but the
how I had it.
Turkish.
Look at this. This is literally how I had it, bro. I literally just put the little magic thing and it showed up like this. That's crazy. I agree with this. Or honestly,
I
dude, you could even
originally
go like
had.
this. You could even go like this. But I think USA could just be Paraguay because Steel's not playing the first game. But the thing is,
Well,
they match the
looking
scoring
at
ability.
past results, interestingly, the U.S. has already beat Paraguay and Australia in late 2025.
Yeah, but those are friendlies, bro. Those are World Cup. This is talking about the biggest stage in the world. So you're talking about different type of matches, different types of atmospheres, different types of
It
levels.
will be different. It will be different.
You're talking
And
about the
I'm just throwing it out there. It's a fun fact, but I honestly think that Paraguay will finish above the U.S.
so
Honestly think
you have it like this.
mm,
Like watch. Like watch. I'm gonna show you like this.
And then
You want
Australia above Turkey.
There's no way you have it like that. Nah, man. That's Group D
Dude,
for West One. Hey,
Australia
but look,
Australia
I think this
takes
is kind of
points off
crazy.
the US.
You think
Australia
so?
takes points off the US, or they draw, or just something. Australia
Mexico barely
finishes
had a
third.
Mexico barely beat Australia 2 in a 1-0 at the Rose Bowl. And
Exactly. Exactly.
Australia took a draw against Switzerland 1-1, bro, in San Diego. In San Diego, 1-1 against the Swiss side that scored goals for fun. That's insane to me. Honestly, dude, we're gonna go like this. Honestly, I like all my Australian fans. We've seen them how they interact with the Mexican national team in the Rose Bowl.
Nah, we're gonna
I
have to
have,
put someone else in fourth then. Australia
dude.
goes fourth.
USA is not getting grouped. Paraguay is not getting grouped. Turkey's not getting grouped. I think Australia is getting grouped because they have no finishing power. They have no goal scoring power. If you're watching this, let us know what you think about this Group D, man. Let us know down below because
This is why I put Turkey fourth.
okay, but you have the likes of Arda Güler, of Yildiz. You still have Hakan Çalhanoğlu. You still have Under or Uke, some play some midfielder like that.
Midfielder, yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's crazy,
What
but
about their
whatever.
defense?
You know what? We're gonna let this whole thing decide. We don't know how it's gonna happen. We're gonna leave it like that. All right. That's Group D. We got Turkey finishing first, USA finishing second, Paraguay finishing third, and Australia finishing fourth. That's Group D. We can't decide it, so we're gonna go with whatever the the thing chose for us. Now we
The
have Group E.
randomizer.
Yeah, Germany, Curacao, um, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Ivory Coast, right?
Ivory Coast, yeah.
Yeah, Ivory Coast. So first, you want to start off with the. I mean, look, being honest, bro. Well,
Um,
actually, no. Oh yeah, honestly, finishing fourth, Curacao, and unfortunately, man, this team is a nation nearby the Netherlands, and a lot of players there are developed in the Netherlands, man. And crazy fact about Curacao is actually they won the Caribbean Cup in 2017. Um,
and
but
no
just
disrespect to Curacao, but in my notes when I was doing my predictions, I put fourth place followed by an LOL.
yeah, I mean they're
Because
gonna get
you,
spanked.
you guys are cooked. There's no other way you're finishing. There's no way you're finishing third.
There's no way.
You guys are getting destroyed by every single team. You basically got a combination of like one of the best teams from each continent. You got Germany from Europe, you got Ecuador from South America, and Ivory Coast from Africa. Like you're just gonna get a taste of every continent, unfortunately, and
Hey,
you're just gonna get smacked by all of them.
hey, but look, Curacao, you gotta go, bro. You're gonna celebrate like you just won the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
So be glad you're there because a lot of nations cannot make it and you made it. So congrats, Curacao. Happy to see you guys in the tournament, but unfortunately for you, you are finishing fourth. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Germany, man. You just talked about Ivory. No, did you even talk about Ivory Coast? You said a little bit of Ivory Coast, right?
Not really. I just talked about how they're better, way better than Curacao. That's it.
You wanna go on Ivory Coast because I'm already talking about Ivory
Yeah,
Coast.
yeah. I can talk about Ivory Coast a little bit. They actually have a good team. They have Yandy Mande, Nicolas Pepe, Frank Kessie, Ibrahim Sanagre, Fofana, Endika. They got Amar Diallo. And another fun fact: they just beat France last week 2-1. Comeback, I think. And Amar Diallo scored the winning goal. And what's his name? Dua's brother actually drew the game 1-1 before they went on to win the game 2-1. So yeah, they showed up, beat France, and I feel like because of that, we kind of expect them to do well this World Cup now. Kind of build up some hype for them.
Yeah. Well, Ivory Coast, man, they have good players. Um, but this is a hard group, especially because they have to face Ecuador still, and they still have to face Germany. I think
Hmm.
when it comes to the likes of Germany, man, they have good players, they have a good squad, but they're not the Germany that we know. That is able to capitalize on these smaller teams. I think Germany, when it was in 2014, they had a brilliant squad. They had a squad of full talent, and yes, they have talent now, but not as talented as they had before. Um, and they are a four-time World Cup champion, so they definitely know how to play in the tournament. They definitely know how to fight in this tournament. But you still got the likes of how you said it, man. You got the best teams from every continent, bro. I mean, from every country. I mean, no, from every continent. I'm sorry.
Every continent,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, man, I think it all depends because Germany, who did they start off with first? Oh yeah, Curacao, huh? They start against Curacao, then we have Ivory Coast against Ecuador. You want to give us a little bit more Ecuador?
So Ecuador, um, I'm not sure like how familiar people are with their game, but they're a great team. They're a great team, and I mean they got a Champions League finalists, Hincapié and Pacho as their center back partnership.
Best center back.
uh,
They're like the best team in South America, like the best defensive team in South America. And I'm not even being like, just I'm not even being exaggerating. Like it's literally the best team in South America. I think Germany and Ivory Coast are gonna struggle to score against this team. But the thing about
yeah,
Ecuador, I think you're gonna mention it right now, is they can't score goals, and they have a OG man, Ener Valencia, still playing in that squad. They're still using that guy, bro. Let that boy retire. Let him sit out. He's already old, bro.
I mean I think he likes to show up for his country though.
He does. He does.
But we'll see how it goes. They got Caicedo too. They got talent. So and I think they got someone else, right?
Henry
But I think
Pice.
you said they're injured. Did he get injured?
No, he's ahead. He's ahead. He's playing. But
He's good. So they
yeah.
they got a decent squad. So I wouldn't count them out, and really they really know how to sit back, be patient, wait for you to mess up, and capitalize on that mistake. So I feel like they can do great in this group
And
and
I think
actually like finish high.
one thing before you end that Ecuador conversation, before we start the predictions, I do want to say is that Ecuador have a bittersweet moment. In 2022, man, that should have been them making it out the group stage. They played brilliant against the Netherlands. They had a good group stage performance,
Yeah.
and unfortunately for the point differences, they didn't qualify or pass it to the next round. But they have a bittersweet moment, and they're looking to get that back.
I mean, luckily for them, third place goes through now. So, and I feel like that also takes away
If
the
it
group
it
of
depends on
death.
the goals and everything. Yeah. It kind of just depends because obviously you gotta have more goals, etc., etc. But they can definitely get some goals against Curacao. Well, we gotta see because they could barely
Yeah.
even score goals. All right, so getting straight to the predictions for Group E. Um, I'm gonna just get right to it. I think we have Germany going first.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
So we have Germany first, and then from there we do have Curacao fourth, right? And I
Yeah.
think so. We have Curacao finishing fourth. We do have Ivory Coast, and we do have Ecuador. I think out of those two teams, when they face each other, that's gonna be the decider who finishes second. But do you
I have
think any
Ecuador second.
Ecuador second?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but do you think Ivory Coast or Ecuador can get a point off of Germany and put them in a position where like, oh damn, we can really lose first place?
Before Ivory Coast played France, I would have said no. But after that performance, I feel like Ivory Coast could beat Germany now. And I feel like now that they beat them, I feel like they actually believe in themselves more to actually do it. Because France, I feel like is better than Germany. They got a better squad.
That's facts.
So
That's not even you think, man. It's just facts.
yeah. So I think that Ivory Coast is definitely gonna come into this with confidence after beating France.
I think so. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I think
And
Ivory Coast finishing
and
second.
wasn't that away too at France in
Yeah,
France?
in the Parc de France, I don't know,
Yeah, so that's
whatever.
huge. That's huge for them.
Yeah, I think I do got Ivory Coast finishing second, if I'm being honest. I do want to go with my South American side, Ecuador. I do want to see them get second place, but I think the momentum going into the World Cup, especially beating France, is just going to be carried on to the games in the group stages. And I think Ecuador can still make it out of the group stage, and I hope they do, man, because their vibes are absolutely incredible. Wearing the full submarine yellow kit is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Ecuador
yeah.
or Ivory
So
Coast?
I'll go with Ivory Coast second. I feel like they
Yeah,
got a little more momentum going into this World Cup.
yeah. I think they have more game changing and they have better attacking. They have basically better attacking players, I think, than Ecuador.
My gut wants to say second place, but just based off of recent form, Ivory Coast second place.
But look, we look at form too. Ecuador has such a good form, man. They manage.
Yeah,
It just honestly it depends on when they face each other. I think one of these two teams, but I do see Ecuador getting a point out of Germany as well, like them getting a draw.
I definitely see that. I
It's
see
just
Ivory
yeah.
Coast. I see Ivory Coast losing to Germany. Like I feel like that's more likely
Honestly,
than Ecuador losing to Germany.
I'm gonna stick with Ecuador finishing second because I do have more belief in them than the Curas than Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I just feel like they've done this whole patience game a lot longer, and they really have their tactics down, and they know what to do to try to get that point off of Germany and win against Ivory Coast and all that. Honestly, that's possible.
Yeah, it's I'm
Li-
telling you, bro. Ecuador knows how to soak in pressure. They know how to deal with pressure. They understand where they're coming from. They understand the ability they have all over the squad,
Yeah,
and they know what they're capable of doing. And that's a team that's been together since 2018, bro. 2018, I
yeah,
think.
exactly. And I just feel
But
like this team, I feel like they don't care who they're playing against. They're gonna play how they want to play, and that's how the game is gonna go, right?
yeah, hold on. I think he had a little cutout. Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, because you cut off a little bit. All right, all right. Let's get right. That's Group E, guys. We have Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, and Curacao. Now we're gonna have Group F, where we have Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. We've been going almost for about an hour, and let us know down below what do you guys think about the World Cup. Who you're most excited to see? If you're going to any game, let us know down below, because I'm excited. West One is excited, and football for like
That's
38
right.
days or something like that. I mean, we're all ready. We're all ready. But Group F, man, I think another group was, I think, a little bit kind of like Group E, a little bit easier to decide as well. I think I got Tunisia finishing fourth, and no hit on Tunisia, but I just think
Yeah.
coming in match form and just the form they've been on lately hasn't been
No
impressive.
quality.
No quality. The only time they've really ever won something crazy was the first African nation to win a World Cup match in 1978. And also an impressive stat about him is they qualified to multiple World Cups, but I think just going into the form and the way they're set right now and the way that they're playing right now, it's not at the level of these other three teams. So I do got Tunisia finishing fourth, and I think the first game is against Sweden. So and Sweden are a team that just scraped it and they beat Italy, right? No, was that Sweden? That was Bosnia who
No, I
beat
think it
Italy.
was
Yeah,
Denmark
that was
or Bosnia.
no,
Yeah, it was
Bosnia who beat
Bosnia.
Italy. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying Sweden have the likes of Gyökeres, the likes of Isaac, and the likes of um who's that? The damn, I can't even think on top of my head, but they have those type of strikers who can be a difference makers, especially against Tunisia.
yeah.
But that's Sweden, man, and we do have
I feel like that's a
yeah.
problem though. Like you can't just have like strikers. You gotta have a midfield, defense, and I feel like that's where they're gonna lack because we've seen teams or nations that have a world class striker, but it's not enough when if you don't have a good midfield or a decent midfield or a decent defense.
I don't know. I yeah, but people are really saying that Sweden's gonna be a dark horse. I don't really. I try to look past it, but I don't really. I see it, but I also don't really see it. I'm trying to look at the squad
Yeah,
right now. They
yeah.
do have Yassine Ayari from Brighton. They have Benjamin Nygren. They have Sevenson. They have Bervald. I mean, they have a good squad, bro. Reading at it now, the midfield is kind of solid. Bervald is supposed to be like a mini De Jong, but I don't really see it, bro. I think he had a higher ceiling going in, but obviously with the
I
season
mean,
that
they're gonna see the real De Jong in this group stage, so I guess we'll see.
hey, you're right. Well, I guess we'll see. But then we do have Netherlands and Japan. You want to talk about them because they are the first team, the first game in the Group F.
I feel like Netherlands is the best team in this group, on paper, we'll see on pitch, but on paper, they're the best team. They're the most stacked team. They got Timber. Well, I think Timber actually got injured. He's out of
Yeah,
the World Cup. So that's tough for them. They do have Van Dyke. They got some experience there. De Jong. I mean, the list can go on and on for Netherlands. I think we all know the type of squad they have. As for Japan, they got Kubo, Endo, Kamada, I think Nakamura,
hey West One, look at
and
look at look at the screen before you keep going.
why USA not first in their group despite seeming like the strongest squad? I do not think they are the strongest squad in their
I think
group.
I think the thing about USA is that to answer your question, coded, is that this just the way they leak the goals, especially against Germany. You've seen how easy it was for them to score. 2 minutes in, man, and you're not ready. These teams are gonna come in 110%. The intensity that Paraguay and Turkey are gonna bring to the US is gonna be crazy. Um, Especially the Turkey side where they have the likes of Yildiz, they have the likes of Guler, they have difference makers. Um, but USA, man, we still got them qualifying second. And it's crazy because we're still debating about that. And I'm glad you said something about it because this is the group that we couldn't really figure out what's going to happen. But we can see it going multiple ways. We can finish USA finishing first, Turkey finishing second,
Yeah,
Turkey finishing third, Paraguay finishing first. It can go any type of way.
it depends on
But
who shows up. But
depends on who's.
I think that also recent form, the US loses to Germany and they struggle and they barely beat Senegal last
Yeah.
Sunday. Not this past Sunday, but the one before. They played against Senegal and they just barely beat them 3-2.
And don't get me wrong, they had a good display against Senegal, but the way they got the 2 goals, that Senegal got the 2 goals again, I think it was just too easy.
Yeah.
Mistakes are gonna what's gonna kill the USA.
Hmm.
All right, you want to go back to Japan? But that's to answer your question, coded. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I think Japan has a lot of good players, a lot of quality, and a lot of active players in Europe in the top five leagues. So they're definitely gonna show up and finish high in Group F as well.
Yeah, I think. All right, heading in to Group F, I'm gonna say something that it might kind of surprise people, and I think a lot of people say this team is gonna be one of the most dark horses. But I think it's a team who struggled to really perform in the high stages. I do got Japan finishing first. What do you think?
I mean, they're missing Mitoma.
He hasn't been the best season though. You know he hasn't been the best. But look, if you're looking at Netherlands, man, look at that Netherlands squad. It's been Frank de Jong's probably he's been hurt the whole season. Memphis Depay has been in the Brazilian league. You still have Xavi Simmons.
The
He's injured. He didn't get
Brazilian
called
league
up.
is still competitive,
Yeah, but you're talking about Memphis Depay who's 34 years old, 32 years, something like that. You know, you're
but
bringing
does age matter in this? It's
you
the
got
World
Van Dijk
Cup.
who's like 36, 37, who's not in the best form as well. You this Netherlands squad is not coming in the best form.
Those are some good points,
They
but they're
lost
still
against.
a good team.
Let
They're
me read
still
you
a
some
good
results.
team. They can show up. All right.
They barely beat Uzbekistan 2-1. They lost against Algeria 1-0. They tied against Ecuador 1-1. They draw against Poland. And the qualifiers, man, the qualifiers went crazy, but how can you say they went crazy when you go against the likes of Lithuania, Malta? No disrespect to them, but like, come on,
I
this
mean,
team.
you're making them look bad for sure.
And it's not even that like
I
I'm
feel
trying
like,
to, but
I mean,
you
it's
have
the
Van de Ven
facts.
coming from one of the worst seasons ever, like for Spurs, dude. You imagine how they're coming into the tournament, bro. Heads down. They're like, damn, what just happened? I don't know. And then
All right.
Gravenberch, who hasn't also had a good and Reinders, who kind
Yeah.
of fell off mid-season, who had a amazing start of the season, now just fell off hard. Then you have Dumfries, who hasn't been the same ever since that match against Barcelona. And you're still using the likes of Wekros, Gakpo, who's unfortunately, I think he's hurt, right?
I don't even know what's going on with Gakpo.
Well, he's there.
Well, honestly, I can see that though. Japan finishing first. Netherlands, a lot of their players haven't been in form, so I can see that. And for third place, I do have Sweden though, and second place Netherlands. I still have Netherlands finishing second at least.
Me too. I got Netherlands second, Sweden third, and Tunisia fourth. That is Group
Yeah,
F. I think Sweden has players to finish a little bit higher, but honestly, I think Japan will finish this group pretty confidently, and I think not confidently, but it's gonna be a hard game. I think these games are gonna be hard, especially Japan, Netherlands, and it just depends, man. I think Japan can really make it far into this World Cup. I keep B this year.
because look, I know, a lot of the Dutch players haven't been in form, but if you look at the teams they've been playing for, they've been inconsistent as a whole. Liverpool, Man City. So yeah, I feel like when they get together as a team, as a squad, the Netherlands, I feel like they've been playing together since when I don't know. I feel like this group has been playing consistently for a while now.
Hmm.
So I feel like once they show up to the World Cup, they're gonna get into the rhythm of it and be able to pull off some results. But that's why I put them first. But I can still see Japan finishing first ahead of them. So definitely second place though, not lower than second place.
It's definitely a group to look at. But if you think any way about this group, let us know down below in the comment section. Comment down below if you got this wrong. Who do you think's gonna top the group for Group F? And now heading on to Group G, we have Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Um, honestly, this in this group, bro, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna leave it like that. I think we got Belgium finishing first.
Yeah,
There's no way they don't
Belgium's
finish first. Yeah,
killing this
yeah.
group.
There's no way they finish. They have an easy group, and I think second place is up for grabs. Um, I mean, honestly, this group's kind of really easy. I don't really have much to say, but they're just New Zealand, bro. They're a dominant team in the ocean region, and they don't really have much
I mean,
talent in
who
their
else
squad.
is in the Oceanic region
Yeah,
or
that's what
whatever?
I'm saying. It's a team that I think honestly I don't really know much about this team. I just don't feel like they can have much to give. And looking at the squad, they have a few players, but compared to Egypt and Iran and Belgium, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk about the teams or just move into the predictions for this one?
Honestly, I'm gonna just move into predictions because I think this group is pretty easy to decide.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, for me,
how
I
did you have
have
it?
Belgium. Belgium obviously is first. I kind of just went off of like skill or quality at this point. For second, I put Egypt. They have Salah, Marmoush. So like, that's a good couple players, you know. Um, so after that, you got Iran, bro, and they have Taremi as striker, an old striker that doesn't really have anyone else around him that'll show up for them. And then you have New Zealand with Chris Wood. So yeah,
I think what you're saying is correct. I think that you just look at just the sheer quality. Iran they lack defense, man. They lack defense, and I think that's their biggest issue. They're gonna leak like crazy. But I think honest, like you look, if I'm being honest, this third place can be up for grabs. If New Zealand manages to hold their own, they can qualify and get third place if they get
yeah.
enough points. Meaning, yeah, enough goal difference. Um, but from Egypt to Iran, the difference makers, you have the likes of Mohamed Salah and how you said it, Marmoush. I think it's just different. They have more to offer. But hey, that's Group G, man. I don't really want to discuss more about it because it's pretty plain and simple. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. That's Group G. Now we're gonna move on to Group H, which is another group that I think is kind of easy to really dissect, and I think it's just, I mean, everybody sees it. It can't just be us too. But we do have the likes of Spain, Capo Verde, Saudi, and Uruguay
I mean,
involved with
Spain
it.
finishes first.
No, if they don't finish first, man, I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Yeah. And then, I mean, honestly, dude, I don't know if you even want to get into the bro. Uruguay finishes second.
Yeah.
And then I
All
guess
right.
we can discuss the last two
Yeah.
teams,
Yeah.
but
But wait, before we move forward, dude,
yeah,
Uruguay, um, man, Uruguay has been a nation who's been so good, and I think as of late they've been kind of like in a decline.
Yeah, I think they fell off a little bit.
Yeah, like they had it. Remember they
Yeah,
lost against the U.S. like 5-1 or something like that.
yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, I'm not really expecting so much from Uruguay in this tournament, but they're gonna finish second. That's 100% sure.
Hmm. I feel like, dang, honestly, third place is really up for grabs for these two nations, for Cape Verde and uh Saudi Arabia. I feel like they're pretty evenly matched.
I think Saudi has a better squad, but I'm gonna go with the fairy tale, man. I'm gonna go with Capo Verde finishing third and Saudi finishing fourth. The reason is the smallest island nation of South Africa, and I want to see them enjoy the tournament. I want to see them beat one of these teams, beat Saudi Arabia, and also they reached the African Cup of Nations knockout stage multiple times. The teams that knows how to qualify outside their group. Saudi also is a good team. Last 4 years ago, they beat Argentina in the opening match of their group, and from ever since from there, man, they've never looked back. They stayed past in that moment. They lived that moment, and from there, I haven't seen them much.
Yeah, I think
Honestly, if we're being honest,
I th-
Saudi should be
I
beating Capo Verde.
I think Saudi does beat Cabo Verde. I mean, I just looked at their squad, and Cabo Verde only really has defense, maybe a little bit of midfield. But
Look, we're
I
gonna, we're
mean,
gonna
we'll leave it like that. We
we'll,
can
we'll
leave it
we'll leave
like
it at
that.
Capo Verde because we want them to succeed. I'm gonna be rooting for
Yeah,
them. So let's just leave it like this. So we have Group H is Spain, Uruguay, Capo Verde, and Saudi
I
Arabia.
feel like I feel like with them, it's just gonna come down to goal difference, maybe, maybe.
Yeah. So it really just because and also when they play against each other,
Yeah.
we do got for Group I, France, Senegal, Iraq, and
I just want
Norway.
to say one more thing. I feel like Iran, New Zealand is a snooze fest.
The yeah, dude. I think that's the issue with having expanding the team. Sometimes you see these teams like, God damn, man, like, come on. But hey,
Yeah,
every nation's here. They got here for a reason. They deserve to be here.
yeah.
All right, Group I. You want to start?
All right. I got first of all, can we say Norway's a dark horse?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Yeah, they got a good team. They got Odegaard, Sorloth, Haaland. Those are already some big names. They got Ryerson, um, this other guy, Andreas Schildrup or something like that. Christopher Ajer. Um, they got some good team. They got some good players, I mean, and players that play for some good teams. Um, and yeah, I feel like they're gonna do well in this tournament, in this group specifically. Dang, that's a tight group, but I feel like they got the team to really pull through to at least qualify for the round of 32. And yeah, I mean, I can talk about France a little bit too. France, dude, I'm gonna just say who they got because I feel like that's it. That says more than
I
me
don't even honestly.
explaining.
I don't even think you have to really say their squad because their squad is absolutely stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah,
They literally got positions. Any like literally, the France second team can literally start for Iraq,
yeah,
Jordan. It was they literally can start for any team, man.
yeah. I mean, they got Mbappe, Dembele,
Dictator, el dictator.
dictator, man. I mean, I take that back. I can't say that. I don't want to get this video taken down. So sorry, Mbappe. My apologies.
He's gonna come for you next, dog.
But when you come to the U.S., bro, we do have freedom of speech. So hey, don't attack me, dog. Please. You know we're not in a dictatorship like Real Madrid, bro. But anyways, jokes aside, jokes aside. It's France, bro. They're gonna finish first.
Yeah. France, double time finalist. Unfortunately, they barely lost against Argentina in the penalty shootout. Barely lost. Mbappe with a crazy performance. I
Mbappe
think
hat trick.
Mbappe hat trick, Messi hat trick, but Mbappe was really the star of the show. If I'm being honest, as a Messi fan, is scary, bro. When you see Mbappe put on
Yeah,
that France
as a
shirt
what? Sorry.
as a Messi fan,
Oh, okay.
as a Messi fan, seeing Mbappe put on that France shirt is it's just it's scary, bro. The things he does for the national team is crazy to me. But we still have the likes of Senegal, man, who just won the AFCON, who literally just won the AFCON. I don't care what anybody else says. Morocco lost that match.
Yeah.
Um, it's just that's football, man. You can't go to you can't just switch it to politics and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna overturn it. But no, man, Senegal lifted the trophy up. We all saw them celebrated. Senegal won the AFCON. With the squad of Mane, man, being one of the head leaders in there. You still have the likes of what, Jackson Martinez. Yeah, Jackson Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Jackson
For what?
Martinez.
Senegal. Yes, that's right.
Um, and
I
I
believe
think
so.
Senegal's a side that can surprise a lot of these teams in this group. They're gonna give France a hard time. They're gonna give Iraq. And they're gonna dance around Iraq. They're gonna give Norway a hard time as well. But it's because, dude, it's gonna be difficult. Second place is up for grabs, in my opinion, and fourth place, hey, Iraq is taking fourth place because they've only qualified to the World Cup in 1986. And then the only time they've ever won every major trophy was 2007 in the Asian Cup, and they got placed into a group where you have France, Senegal, and Norway. Man, they're gonna score
I
goals against
honestly
Iraq.
think Norway finishes second. What?
They're gonna score against Iraq, bro. All these three teams, they're just gonna have a
Yeah.
fest.
Yeah, Iraq, man, like your team, dude, like you're gonna wake up and just like wish that you guys don't get smacked on your next match day.
Yeah,
Like honestly, like I just know that you guys are gonna be training out there and just having jokes, laughs, and giggles because you guys already know you're getting smacked on your next match day. And you're just out there for the vibes, out there for the free vacation in the US. I hope you guys get some good cities to play in so you guys can actually have some fun. Cause I know you guys gonna be looking sad and upset when you get smacked by France, Senegal, and Norway. Once you head into the locker room, you guys are already thinking about heading to the club, heading to whatever tourist attraction you want to go to. So I respect it. Um, but yeah, France is gonna be finishing first, Norway second, Senegal third, Iraq fourth.
so that's what you're saying.
That's what I got. Yeah.
Honestly, I think I want to say Senegal finishes second, and I know I did say Norway is gonna be a dark horse, but Senegal has been a team who's shown that they can win big matches. Has shown that they can come out the group stage, and especially winning Afcon, the best African team is not getting second place in the group stage. That'd be a failure, bro. That'd be a
That would
failure.
be.
That would be a failure, in my opinion. Um, but I think all these three teams will eventually qualify at the end because Norway is gonna get third. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, it either finishes however you want it to be. I think Senegal, when they play against Norway, it's gonna be decided who finishes second. But Holland,
I don't mind
Odegaard.
putting Senegal second,
See,
but
but it's just
then
you have the likes of
dang,
Holland, you have the likes of Odegaard, you have the likes of dude Sorloth. You still have the two strikers, bro. You cross the ball in. What do you expect, bro?
dude, Norway second. I don't know. It could go either way. Cause I just want to like put Senegal second, just because we're expecting a lot of people expect an African team to finish like third, and struggle against these European teams as it's been like that historically. But I feel like as of now, recently, African teams have showed up and they've been able to beat European teams, South American teams. So they got a lot of talent. But I feel like it could go however. Norway can finish second or they can finish third. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I think Senegal gets just second place. They have just I don't know. I just feel like they have a higher chance of finishing second than Norway. I
Yeah.
think Norway's a dark horse, but they're gonna qualify because everybody's gonna spank Iraq. And then we
Pretty
have a Group
much.
J: Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. We have the World Cup champions of 2024 here. We have Algeria with the likes of Riyad Mahrez. We have Australia with a dark horse team as well, who perform good in the tournaments. Then we have Jordan, man, who plays some fun attacking football. So what else? Wait, who do you want to start off with?
I mean,
You
I'm
want to
gonna
start off
talk
with
about Austria and
okay, go ahead.
Algeria real
Give me
quick.
some information about Australia I didn't know.
I mean, I think we all know they got David Alaba, Sabitzer, Konrad Leimer,
Damn,
Aronautovic.
I low-key forgot they had all these players.
Yeah, so they got a decent team. So they're not like out of this world, but they're okay. They got some players. And then as for Algeria, they got Mahrez, um, Orar, the attacking midfielder, and Benacer and Aït. So they also have an okay team. Um, I feel like they're level with Australia as far as skill base.
And on paper.
Um, and on paper, I feel like they're definitely ahead of Jordan. I don't really know much about Jordan. Do you?
Well, let me give you some information about Jordan actually. So Jordan's qualified for the first World Cup in 2026, and a key fact about Jordan, man, is that they finished runners up at the 2023 AFCON, and a side who knows how to attack, man. But I think the levels in this group is much more than what they experienced in the AFCON or AFC. Why did I say AFCON? It's AFC. I'm sorry. I had the AFCON wrong. It's AFC.
It's the Asian Cup, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Australia, Algeria, and Argentina are just much better sides than Jordan, and I'm expecting Jordan to finish fourth. If I'm being honest, and I hate to say it because they're fun to watch, but I do got them finishing fourth.
And then
But
Argentina finishing first.
wait, let me say something about Argentina, bro.
All
Argentina, bro,
right.
with the likes of Scaloni finishing the finalisma, winning the Copa America, winning the World Cup. He puts his head down because he knows the reality of what this team
Holy
can
glaze, man.
do. Can they be World Cup champions in 2026 again? It's themselves to beat, bro. Argentina can definitely be World Cup champions again, and you'll hear it here again. I said it last year, 4 years ago, and I said it now. They're gonna win. They can possibly win the 2026 World Cup again, like in 2024. Be campeón. Be campeón, bro. What do you think about
That's
that?
asking. I think that's asking a lot of from this Argentina team.
What? How is asking too much? You look at their squad.
Definitely, they can reach the final. Definitely semifinalists. But if they
Okay,
can win it,
before we hop into the whole things, and we're gonna say this right now. How far do you think Argentina can make it into the group? Into the tournament?
minimum semifinal.
Yeah. Nah. Nah. I'm going for the final. I'm going for the final.
You got France and Spain, and then you also have Portugal.
Yeah, but look, everybody's not looking at Argentina. Everybody's pushing them away. Everybody's seeing old Messi. Everybody's seeing MLS Messi, and that's fine. I don't care. You have still a squad that knows how to win, a squad who performs under Scaloni, a squad who knows what they're capable of. Enzo Fernandez. Um, you still have what Otamendi. You still have Messi. You still have no McAllister, dude. Julian Alvarez. Who else? Lautaro Martinez. You go Garnacho. I don't even think he got called up for the squad.
He did not get called up.
Yeah.
He's not even in the team.
Obviously, the key thing is they are missing Angel Di Maria, who's an amazing player for Argentina. I think one of the most underrated players of the century. Never really had a spotlight, but he's always been one of the best players in every tournament for Argentina, alongside Messi. But that's enough glaze for me.
I just don't think they got it like that.
Anymore,
I feel like a lot of the
bro.
players that
They
they
ease,
had in the past World Cup have aged,
bro. They
and
ease their
some of them weren't
way.
even called up.
They ease their way into the qualifiers, dog. There's no way.
Nah, I'm not
All right.
convinced by them.
Okay, but I got them finishing first. Whatever.
I mean, I have them finishing first too.
Lisandro
This is an easy
Martinez,
group
Cesar
for them.
Romero, Nicolas Otamendi, Nahuel Molina,
But
Leonardo
there's a lot
Paredes,
of players that didn't
Valentin
show up
Barco.
for their
Dude,
team.
Okay, but
Because
look, but
let me
look, but
say
look.
something, man. You said a lot of the players for other teams were out of form. Well, what about for Argentina? McAllister for Liverpool, they had a poor season.
Okay, but guess who
Christian
they can put
Romero
in?
relegation battle.
But guess who they can put in though? Valentin Barco. They still have Thiago Almada. They have Gianni Simeone. They have Nicolas
But I
Gonzalez.
think
They have,
Barco plays for Brighton, bro.
no, Barco doesn't play for Brighton anymore. He plays for Strasbourg. And then he also have
That's even worse.
Giuliano Simeone. They have the likes of the best Italian midfielder in the city. No, not the best Italian midfielder. The best Serie A attacking midfielder, Nico Paz. They got Enzo Fernandez. Dude, you're telling me this squad is not good?
Chelsea didn't perform well this season.
Julian Alvarez, Lionel Messi, Lautaro Martinez. But we're talking about players who can finish and play as a squad. He hates to admit it, man. They hate to see them win. They hate to see Argentina. Can't believe they're placed number 3 in the standings, bro. That's insane to me. They should be number
All right,
2 or number
let's just
1.
move on, man. Let's move on.
That glaze
Second
was crazy.
place.
Hey, if you clip that, bro, clip that ASAP.
Nah.
All right, go ahead.
Second place. I got damn, I put Austria, but I'm thinking Algeria. I don't know.
Honestly, I still got
That's a
Austria
toss
finishing
up.
second. I got Austria finishing second.
I mean, we can go with that. I
Chuka
originally had them at
Wekama?
second.
Chukwemeka? He still plays there, bro.
Oh
He's still
yeah,
good.
that guy. That guy.
Who else? Arnautovic, Patrick Weimer.
Oh
Get him.
yeah,
Yeah, they have no. I think I got Austria finishing. Dude, low key looking at
second.
Austria squad now, they have a good squad, bro.
Yeah.
Kevin Danso, Alexander Schlager,
All right, we can put them at second, and then we'll put Algeria third
and then Jordan.
and Jordan fourth.
That's
Yeah.
Group J: Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. This can either go either way, though. I think these matchups can go either way.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Triple A and a J.
And going into the last two groups of this
Group
FIFA
A
World Cup.
prediction video. Group K: Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Um, Heavy favorites here, man. Heavy favorites. One of the favorites to win the World Cup is Portugal. You want to give us a little more Portugal because obviously you're a big fan of them. You've always backed them.
Yeah, like going back to 2016 when they won the Euros. That's an incredible achievement for this team. A small country, might I add. They really are, and they've been able to produce a lot of talent. They got key players like Diogo Costa, João Neves, Ronaldo, and I count Ronaldo as more of a key player, not like a star player. If we're gonna talk about star players, I feel like this year, this World Cup, Portugal's star player is Bruno. He just came off of a excellent season, top assister, record-breaking assister. So I feel
Assist
like yeah, that's the guy that's gonna carry this team, put in
the
the
work.
chances for the forwards, and even score some goals maybe for himself. And maybe Ronaldo will be at the end of one of these passes, one of these crosses, and head the ball in. So Portugal has a good team, and I expect them to perform well. And maybe there's also still more players that didn't name, but Portugal, they got a strong team.
Yeah. Um, I think. Well, we'll talk about it later, but I think we're gonna get right into it because I think we have the likes of Colombia, who are a team that can definitely play against Portugal head to head because they reached the World Cup quarterfinals in 2014. They produce stars like James Rodriguez. They have players like Luis Diaz. They have um, a midfielder who's finally catching form, man. Richard Rios for Benfica. They
Yeah,
have
good
remember Yerry
midfielder.
Mina? I don't know if he still get called
Yeah.
to the squad, bro. Yerry Mina, Oscar Pina, the
I think
goalkeeper.
he kind of fell off, Yeremina.
He did fall off, but hey, for he was playing for Everton for a long time.
Yeah,
Um,
with
they have
James
Cucho
and
Hernandez.
Ancelotti.
Remember Cucho Hernandez from MLS, the Columbus
Yeah,
Crew?
striker.
Yeah, he's there now and he's doing good for Real Betis. They have Juan Quintero. They have Jefferson Lerma. They have Daniel Munoz as a right back or center back. Davinson Sanchez, Juan Mojica, Santiago
They got a good
Arias,
team.
dude. Jorge Carrascal, Joan Arias from Palmeiras, Luis Suarez from Sporting, who's been scoring goals for fun, Andres Gomez from Vasco da Gama. Bro, Colombia has a team that's full of energy, full of entertainment.
Yeah.
And then we have the likes of DR Congo.
I mean, I can go into them a little bit. VR Congo. Um, I don't know. What do we think? We think they're a boring team. I think they got some talent. I think they got Wan-Bissaka, defender, solid defender.
Why did you pause when you say Wan Bissaka? Like just because he's a United player? Is that what you paused?
I
Ex
feel like a
United
lot of
player?
people give him hate. A lot of people give him hate, but he's solid at defense, and you kind of need that at a World Cup. Someone that will
You
actually perform and do their thing. But let me finish real quick with
go
this.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And Bemba, they got Bakambu, striker.
Yeah.
Yuan Visa, I mean. And then they also have Zabi, another solid center back, another piece of their defense that will do really well in this World Cup, I feel like, or perform for their country at least. So they got their own set of players that can allow DR Congo to hold their own. So I wouldn't count them out.
Yeah, I think the only issue I see with them is really their midfield. I don't really see a key big player
Yeah.
in the midfield, but they do have Prem players, they do have La Liga players, they do have League One players, but their attack, man, Wisa, Bakambu, Mbuku, Boangala. I'm probably mispronouncing their names hella bad, but DR Congo is another team to look at. Then you have the likes of Uzbekistan, who made their first World Cup appearance in 20, who are going to make their first World Cup appearance in 2026,
Hmm.
and they coming up the ranks with some of the best football in the AFC. The team with the likes of Kuzanov, who just went to Manchester City for a fee of 50 million or 45 million. Remember that?
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
That's the center back, man. That's the center back for Man City, and he's been starting every game for Man City. Pep Guardiola has been
Yeah.
counting on him, and they just
And
lost to the Netherlands two
who's their
one.
coach?
Fabio Cannavaro,
Interesting, right? Fabio
yeah,
Cannavaro is leading Uzbekistan into this World Cup.
yeah, man. I think Uzbekistan can really put a performance in this group. Okay, but let's get into the straight to predictions because this is a good fun group to predict.
I honestly went kind of with the expected because I feel like that's how it's gonna go. I put Portugal first place, although maybe Colombia
No, I
could
got Portugal finishing first. I don't trust Colombia.
yeah, maybe they can pull something off. I doubt it though. Portugal first place, second place Colombia, and then third place I did put Congo. I feel like they just got a better team than Uzbekistan. So Uzbekistan, I put them in fourth.
I think. Let's see. Congo or Pakistan. I don't know, bro. It could either be this. Their plays up for grabs. I think their plays up for grabs. But I just think Congo has a better squad.
They do have better players and
Yeah, and
more
unfortunately,
experienced players.
it's just
Uzbekistan is more on the younger side, less experienced, their first World Cup. So I don't know
yeah,
when the last time Congo played, but I just feel like Congo can pull through and actually beat Uzbekistan. Maybe like a 2-0, 1-0 type of thing.
yeah. All right, then we have the likes of now. Okay, so Group K is consists of Portugal finishing first, Colombia second, Congo third, and Uzbekistan fourth. That is Group K. Now we're gonna move on to Group F. No, I mean sorry, Group L, where
Yeah.
all these teams are L's. I'm just kidding. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Johnny Fonseca 519 says, "Vamos Mexico, cabrón! Viva Mexico!" Um, 1 day left for the World Cup, and we're all excited, man. We're all excited. But
Yep.
yeah, we have England,
I feel
Croatia,
like this is
Ghana,
an exciting
and Panama.
um group right here.
Go ahead, take it on, take it on, take it on with the biggest team.
I mean, we gotta start with the biggest bottlers of the World Cup. Biggest bottler country, highest expectations, but they don't meet the expectations.
Football's coming
England.
home.
England, guys. Like honestly, you guys produce a lot of talent, a lot of great players, but you always fall short. You've won the World Cup once in 1966, and that was at home.
That's
So,
crazy.
to be honest, to continue to call yourself a top country when you fail to perform when it really matters is disappointing. So, I mean, you guys got good players. You got Saka, Rice, Declan Rice, Bellingham, of course. I feel like that's your star player. You got Rashford, Gordon.
Who just picked up
Um,
form? Rashford just picked up form from with
yeah, Rashford
Barcelona,
picked up form, and I feel like he typically always shows up for England. He loves to show up for his country.
and
And
you, Kelly, you're forgetting about the main man on top, bro.
I forgot who, Harry Kane. Harry Kane, but I mean, dude, it's just like we're naming a lot of big players, but when you have um, they just have like a really bad history with like actually showing up, dude.
And you have
But
Thomas
I wanted to
Tuchel.
say Thomas Tuchel, bro. Yeah,
Dude,
whatever, man. I mean, I'm just excited to see Kobe Mino starting his first World Cup.
all right.
That's nice for him.
Yeah. So if you're a Man United fan, bro, hit West want to follow. He's the biggest Man United supporter. I'm just kidding. But anyways, we're gonna head on to Panama. I think I'm gonna start with Panama, bro. Panama made their first World Cup in 2018. Panama's a team who surprised the United States in the what was it again? Cup of Nations,
uh, Cup of Nations was it or a Gold Cup?
Gold Cup, something like that. And unfortunately, Sam, they lost against Mexico. But it's a team who's been putting good shifts. But I do want to say, man, Carrasquilla looks like he's out for the first games, man. And Carrasquilla is a player who, not only for his club but his country,
Their best player, right?
yeah, yeah, he's the best player. And I think without him, the engine doesn't run. Without him, the engine does not run, bro. And it's unfortunate to see him get hurt because, like I said before, I do want to see all these players. Even all these teams have their best squads, but yeah, man, it's just unfortunate. And they do have the likes of Jose Cordova from Norwich City. They have the likes of Carlos Harvey. If you watch MLS, you know him, ex Galaxy player. You do have Anibal Godoy from San Diego FC. You have Tomas Rodriguez from Saprissa. You have Waterman. I mean, these are all players that a lot of you guys wouldn't really know, but they're key players for Panama. And then obviously with Panama having like I guess just having the upcome like they're having like they're finally like they're coming out to the bigger stage. Now they do have Panama. Now they're gonna have the likes of Ghana too, who in my opinion has been falling off because they just fired their head coach like about a month ago,
Dang.
and they're ranked 74 in FIFA, bro. You know who's ahead of them? Jamaica, and they didn't even qualify. You know who's ahead of them? Capo Verde. You know who's ahead of them? Bosnia, Jordan, Ireland,
I
Slovenia.
find it funny that Jamaica released a new jersey for this year, but they didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
All right, bro. You're part of CONCACAF. Don't do that.
All right. Hey, well, let's talk about Ghana real quick though.
Okay, go ahead.
Semenyo,
Give me a stat, bro. Go ahead. Go on. I need to tell you something. I don't even think you know this.
I don't think I know it, but I just know they got Semenyo, Jordan Ayew, and Inaki Williams. So what's up?
Thomas. Oh, dude, I didn't want to say that freaking name. Tomas. From everything that's going on with that boy, Thomas Party.
Oh, I purposely left them off my list.
I didn't have him there, but I do want to say that what was that at? Ghana hasn't won a game since November 14, 2025.
It's a crazy stat.
Isn't that insane? The last time they won a game was against Comores in the World Cup qualification. They literally beat Central African Republic, Mali, Chad. They lost against Nigeria. They won against Madagascar. bro. Yeah,
Those are easy teams.
look, Joseph Paints didn't even get called up. I'm upset, bro. Nah, I'm kidding. But that's Ghana for you guys. And then I do also want to talk about Croatia because we're coming to the end of this World Cup predictions. Just like Croatia, bro. You know, they always finish last.
Yeah.
No, you know, they always make it
Second
far
or
in the
third
tournament.
or something.
Although they have older players, but they have the likes of Guardiola, Kovacic, um, Modric. Who else they got? Perisic. Um, I don't even know, bro. All the H's. They
Pretty
got all the
much.
H's. But that's Croatia, bro. Let me look at their squad a little bit more. Stanisic from Bayern Munich. Um, yeah, I already said that. Velasquez. Damn, bro. Pasalic. My Peter Musa from FC Dallas. Also another MLS player, Real Sociedad, Lucas Suki. Bro, they have all the H's, bro. Anyways, let's get into the predictions for Group L. Final predictions
Predictions.
of the 2026 World Cup group stage.
I'm still gonna put England first place. I know I talk bad about them, but they have the talent to finish first place, so they have to finish first place,
I also got England
especially in this
finishing
group.
first. Can they bottle it?
In
Hell yeah, they
second
can.
place, they could. They've bottled it plenty of times before, but we're hoping, and I feel like we're delusional at this point, but we're hoping that like they follow through and do what's expected of them and just win the group. Second place though, I have a Croatia.
I
They
agree
got
with
the
that.
experience, they got skill, they got what it takes to advance high in this group. And then third place, I have Ghana.
Okay.
And fourth place, I have Panama.
I don't. I have Panama finishing third, and I have Ghana finishing fourth.
I just think that um, Panama Canal is gonna get boarded off and let out to dry, and they're not gonna make it through.
Whoa. Yeah. No. I think Ghana hasn't won a game since 2025, November 14th. I don't think they have what it takes. I think that them by firing their old coach, they kind of lost that chemistry. Um, and they're losing themselves too, bro. They're losing themselves too. You lose to Mexico, you lose to who else?
I haven't
You
seen
you
who they've
lose to
matched up against.
you tie to Wales. Austria beats you 5-1. South Africa beats you 1-0. South Korea beats you 1-0. Bro, these are bad performances. Germany beats you 2-1, which is a good performance, but Mexico beating you 2-0 and it obviously didn't have the best squad, but still it gets to show that like if you're gonna try to get ready for the World Cup and you're not calling your best squad, what are you even doing? You know, this is my group
I mean,
L,
I can see that with what you're saying. I can see Panama finishing third.
and this is. Should we say this for another video?
Yeah, let's just save it for the next video.
Yeah, we've been running it for an hour and 40 minutes, guys. So if you guys like the content that we did today, hit that follow, hit the subscribe button, whatever you're watching it on. Um, but these are group stages. We're gonna run through it really quick. Where we have Group A, Mexico finishing first, Korea finishing second, Czech finishing third, South Africa finishing fourth. You want to go ahead and say Group B? Well, you do B, I'll
Yeah,
do C, and
so
then we'll go from there.
yeah. So with Group B, we got Switzerland finishing first, Canada second, Bosnia third, and Qatar fourth.
Then Group C, we have Morocco finishing first. Yes. Let me know down below what you guys think about that. Brazil finishing second, Scotland finishing third, and Haiti finishing fourth.
And then for Group D, we have Turkey finishing first, which I don't agree with, and USA finishing second, Paraguay finishing third, and Australia fourth.
Controversial group. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, let us know down below. Group E, we have Germany finishing first, Ecuador finishing second, Ivory Coast finishing third, and Curacao finishing fourth.
And then for Group F, we have Japan first, Netherlands second, Sweden third, and then Tunisia fourth.
And then in Group G, which is one of the easiest ones to predict, in my opinion, we have Belgium finishing first, Egypt second, Iran third, New Zealand fourth.
And then Group H, we got Spain first, Uruguay second, Cabo Verde third, and then Saudi Arabia fourth.
And then in Group R, we have a pretty controversial group, another controversial group too. If you feel some type of way about this, we have France finishing first, Senegal second, Norway third, Iraq fourth.
And then a little easier group to decide with Group J. We have Argentina first, Austria second, Algeria third, and Jordan fourth.
And in Group K, man, we have Portugal finishing first, Colombia finishing second, and Congo third, and Uzbekistan finishing fourth. And to wrap it up in Group L,
we got England first, Croatia second, and Panama third, and then finally Ghana fourth.
there you go, guys. That's the groups. That's the group stage for 2026. That's what we predict is going to happen. Most likely to be accurate. I'm pretty sure. But like I said before, if you want to see more content, more World Cup content, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, and let them know where to follow you at before we start going out, man.
Or as of now, I just have TikTok. You can follow me there. My ad is thewest1_.
And before you go, do you want to say anything about this tournament?
I mean, the Simpsons predicted it, and Mexico's winning.
There you go. You heard it here first. This is on Low XP with West One. Hopefully, we provide for you guys more content. Hopefully, we can do watch alongs. But stay tuned for more and catch you guys for a new video.
All right, see you guys.
See you guys.